Alright, welcome back. It's third day out in Ohio here. We're gonna get ready to go out for the morning here. Another real chilly morning. So really hoping the deer activity is gonna be up a little bit. Yesterday was the best day that they've all had out here. It was my first full day, so I can't really judge that. But we're hoping that second cool day in a row here is just gonna keep on getting better. Got the truck warming up here, defrosting the windshield a little bit. Me and Blake are probably going to be out all day today. We're not sure if we're going to be in the same farm all day or not, but we're going to be set up in a stand somewhere all day today. Might move around midday depending on how the action is. And yeah, last full day here, so hoping that nobody gets skunked out here. They've been coming out here for 4 or 5 years now. They've gotten at least one buck every year. So somebody's due to shoot one tonight. Or somebody's due to shoot one today, so well, and that's gonna happen, and we'll be going to the butcher shop later today. Okay, I'm set up here. It's a super still morning again today, so I need to be quiet, and I heard stuff walking around. Not far away earlier, it was foggy, so I couldn't see it. It's a little bit dark, but I'm in a textbook bench point right here. It's probably never hunted, kind of in the back corner of this property. And it's where all the deer have been coming to and going from. And the other stand Blake's sitting in there. So hopefully one of the big boys will come out into this bench point here, and I'll get a crack at him. But I mean, this spot looks awesome. Okay, already had that 8-point come through. I'm pretty excited. This morning just feels like a good morning. Blake's about 250, 300 yards away from here. He saw 8 deer. So I'm sure some of those will make their way over here too. I'll probably get a look at them. But yeah, this is good. I mean, and the sunrise from the spot I was seeing right now was one of the most beautiful sunrises I've ever seen in my life. I tried to get it on camera, but the camera doesn't do it justice. Just like came up over the hill and was shining on this frosted over hayfield, and the rays coming out through these trees. It's awesome. Yeah, I'm excited. I think somebody's getting one this morning. I can feel it. Alright, had a little bit more action here. Had what I think was a doe kind of go out about 100 yards away from me. This thick stuff just kind of disappeared. And a little bit after, there was a buck running around up in this field across me, just like zigzagging in circles like crazy. I couldn't see that was a buck, but it had to have been a buck the way it was running around. And it was on the ground. And about 15 minutes ago, I don't know if it was the deer that I saw about 100 yards away earlier or not, but a spike came from about the same area, running down, and kept looking back behind it like something bumped it, and then went off in the cornfield and went down over the hill. So after he left, I gave a few grunts in case it was a buck that kind of pushed him off, and nothing.
nothing showed itself. It's been about 15 minutes and still nothing, so I don't know what the deal was with that, but deer are definitely bouncing around this morning, so I think we're gonna be here all day. So, I mean, it could happen any time the way they're moving here, especially in this little patch of woods that we're in. Alright, put the camera down from that last interview. Looked up and there's a scrap buck, another one. I don't know if it was a buck, a 4 point, a 6 point, something like that. But cruised up right along, go up there to the corner of the field, nose in the air, sniffing around. I mean, they're definitely cruising looking for doe, which is good because there hasn't been a lot of that going on really. They're like crazy cruising. None of them have been on doe yet though. Blake did see that little 8 point that I saw this morning somewhere between me and him, picked up a doe and he was pushing it around, so. In this spot, all it takes is one doe to be hot, and the woods are just, there's deer running everywhere in here. There's buck everywhere. This happened to me last year right in this patch, so. I mean, it could literally flip like a switch any second. About 20 minutes ago, I did a little rattle sequence with some grunts, and about 10 minutes after that, a little, I think it might have been a 4 point. It might have been the same buck I just saw come across the top there and then go along the edge of that cornfield, I think. But he came in from behind me and hung out here, but my wind switched from what it was this morning was blowing straight back into the cornfield behind me. Now it kind of switched about 90 degrees. It's blowing down here into this little draw, which is not, it's not great, but it's also not bad. So I'm still going to stay in here. So if it switches and starts blowing up into these two hollows up in here behind me, then that's going to be an issue. But for now, I'm good. So definitely, I mean, movement's good today. So we just need one of those big buck to make a mistake, get on his feet, and hopefully let a little bit of carbon fly. my left across the cornfield, I saw a bunch of deer running, and I figured it had to be a buck chasing a doe. And sure enough, it was a doe, 2 fawns, and like a little 8-point. Oh, right there he is. He lost. I think she bedded down over here. I'm pretty sure, like hiding from him, and he can't find her now. And he's just over there on this little hillside across me looking. But he chased him in here. I mean, they were running everywhere in here. I probably did a terrible job filming it. They were just going every which way. And I think I got some good shots of it, but I'm half tempted to hit the can call and try to bring him in closer, but I really don't feel like dealing with them hanging around here and stuff. That busted me and kind of screwing me up. I don't know, but that doe almost has to be hot. So if she's hot, I mean, we could be in for some real action here soon. It's a bigger buck, maybe. Okay, he went back over the other side of this little hill, so I'm gonna keep talking now. But yeah, they came running in here, running all over the place. The 2 fawns didn't know what was going on. Finally, he chased her up. He drops down, then it goes back up and dips back down again. And he's up there. Look, he lost her somehow, and he's up there looking around trying to pick up her trail. And but anyway, these 2 fawns were just hanging out right here. There was a doe and a button buck fawn. And the doe, I mean, she was literally at the base of my tree looking like she had me. And she jumped and ran like 10 yards and stood there stomping. There he is again. Alright, he's gonna make his way down here, I think. It's not a shooter, but potential for sure. Or maybe he's not. I think she bedded down right about where he's at right now. But the button buck fawn was there for another 3 or 4 minutes. No idea what was going on until he moved and caught my wind, and then he busted me. They moved off now, but this buck is up here just searching for her. I don't know how she lost him. there's just a ton of action right here. So two doe came up right next to me here. They snuck up on me. I didn't see them coming. Went up into the cornfield. Then about 3 minutes later, I look up and I see a deer just running along the edge of the field up there. And I got my bow right away because I thought it might have been a buck. In the process, I bumped my camera arm, completely knocked it off level. It's all messed up. It ends up being another little doe fawn. Then shortly after she got in here, 3 other doe came out of this little strip between the 2 fields and were standing down there. They ended up working across this bank across from me where that buck was. And while they were going across, they caught the doe that buck was on, bumped her up. So she took off running. The buck took off after her. The doe and the 2 fawns are sitting up there on the hill. So their fawn came right down here, walked directly underneath me, and then saw me. Wasn't really sure what I was. She put her tail up and jumped and was messing around here for a while. Just kept looking at me, wasn't sure what was going on. So I filmed that all by hand, so it's probably a little shaky because I'm cold and I'm excited. But I mean, this is nuts. They're running around all over the place. So hopefully that continues, and I mean, eventually, if these deer keep on pouring in here, one of them has to be a good buck. I mean, I've seen probably close to a dozen to 50. I have no idea how many. A lot of deer this morning. It's not even. Finally, some more action. It's 4:15. Haven't seen any deer since 1 whenever all those doe came through and that buck took off. And then I was sitting here, I could hear something behind me. I turned around, that little the first 8-point that came through this morning was right behind me, 20 yards. I couldn't move to get the camera because he kind of saw that I was here. He was looking, I kept on checking up here. So I had to wait till he kind of got down past me, and then I got the camera and got a little bit of video of him, but he's still moving around over there. I thought he worked off. He might be sniffing where those doe were at. Alright. First deer in a few hours. It's getting pretty bored, so definitely needed that. Only about an hour and a half or so till dark. Probably not even. So, hopefully Big Poppy shows up. that was just complete chaos. I don't even know how to describe it other than that. So, what happened was, that 8-point that came by me went up there to the field with those doe, and I just could see him pushing them around. He pushed the adult doe off, and 2 of the fawns came down here. And then out of nowhere, I don't know where the 3rd fawn came from, but there's a 3rd fawn. So they ended up, 2 of them went out that way. The other one went up here to the field behind me. Then I look up and I see a spike buck chasing, I don't know what doe it was, maybe one of those little fawns that went that way, up along the edge of the field. So he's running that way. I'm watching this doe up here. Spike buck comes flying down by me, goes up in the field. He's eating corn with that doe. Things calm down for about 5 minutes, and then all of a sudden I just hear stuff charging at me. I look, and that 8-point has that doe. They're just sprinting all around up in there, just in circles. He's chasing her. She's zigging and zagging. He's trying to cut her off. And then behind me I hear a noise. Look back. Spike buck comes down, stands here, watches. Then he takes off. Then all 3 of them are up there, going nuts, chasing each other. And I hear another deer behind me. Look back, and 2 fawns came from behind me. I don't know where those 2 fawns come from, but I mean, I was trying to video. The footage is probably a mess. I mean, it was. It was just, they were going every which direction. There's no way to tell which way they were going to go next. But at one point I look back, the 2 fawns are headbutting each other. These deer chase each other. Spike buck came up and started like getting its head involved with these ones. Just complete chaos. And then finally everything kind of, they just quit. They just stopped. I let out a few grunts just like 10 minutes before dark just to see what happened. Somehow the 8-point ended up back behind me again, and he went up in the cornfield and fed out along the edge here, and then back up in, and that's gonna do it for tonight, I think. I mean, didn't see a buck I wanted to shoot tonight, but they sure did give me a show. That was awesome. That was fun. This is my first time ever sitting out all day long in a stand. I did in my tree saddle, which I saw, like, reading reviews before I bought it, a lot of people were kind of skeptical about if you could be comfortable for all day long. And I mean, I was more comfortable than I would have been in my lock-on for sure, sitting in this. But so last full day out here. We have tomorrow morning. I think we're gonna try to get after it. It's supposed to be rainy tomorrow, I guess, though. So I don't know.
Hope you all enjoyed this video. Unfortunately, we ran into some bad weather Sunday morning. We weren't able to get out before we had to leave to go home. But overall, it was an awesome trip out there. I saw a lot of good buck. Had those 2 in real close, so definitely really looking forward to going out there and behind that 10-point I passed in the first video next year. So hoping and praying he makes it through. But the winner for the giveaway in the video of me and Andrew, where we shot our doubles, that was about a week ago now. So the winner for that was Bruce Gentry. So I'll drop a comment down below on that video, letting him know he won. And if you're watching now, get a hold of us, and we'll work out how to get you your hat. So right now, you can kind of see behind me, Cole's getting some kayaks loaded up. It's a Friday night here. Tomorrow's the rifle opener in New York. So we're going to do a little swamp hunt tomorrow and see how that goes. First time ever trying this, going to a brand new spot, and it'll be interesting. So be watching for the videos from that. Coming up here, rifle season in PA. I know a lot of you guys are looking forward to those videos. So right around the corner, we got some good stuff planned there. So keep your eyes out for those videos. And then immediately following rifle season this year in PA, we have a little 7-video series from Idaho going up. So those videos are awesome, super fun hunt, super cool hunt. So be sure to check those out. And if you're aren't already, subscribe so you get those videos coming up in your feed. If you're already subscribed, hit the little notification button, so that way every time we post a video, you'll get notified on your phone, you won't miss any. And drop a like on this video and a comment. Love reading your comments, so be sure to drop one. Thanks for watching. Catch you on the next one.